We come bearing gifts.
Cookies, chocolate's supposed to raise your endorphins and make you feel better.
Thanks.
You wanted to see us?
Yeah. Go ahead and have a seat. Okay. So, I need your help with that. The guilt over hitting Jake has pushed him over the edge. His drinking is completely out of control. And I want to do an intervention today.
Absolutely not. Luke, how about a little lunch? Damn it. Luke.
It's your paper.
Thanks. Why were you standing where Jake got hit?
You mean where I hit him? You know you blame yourself, Elizabeth, and no matter how many times I tell you you're wrong, you'll never hear me.
Luke, this wasn't your fault.
I was driving the car.
It was dark. This road is poorly lit. It was an accident.
I know that an apology will never bring Jake back, and it won't help you with your grief, but it's all I got.
Please, 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 Luke, just do us both a favor and forgive yourself, okay?
The last time I drove this road, I hit your little boy. And I didn't know it. I just kept driving, music blaring. Just now, as I was standing there, I felt the impact. I think I'll always feel it.
Believe me, I understand what it feels like to be overwhelmed with guilt. But what happened was an accident. I just hope you can find a way to believe it. If you could just go see him.
He doesn't need me.
You both need each other. You always have.
Elizabeth, every time he looks at me now, all he's going to see is a devastating loss.
So you think if you just disappear, he's gonna forget? Jake's death is gonna be with him forever. Don't make him lose his dad, too.
Sometimes the kindest gift you can give someone is distance.
I know you love him.
Enough to let him move on without me. Maybe you should think about that.
He came to me yesterday and told me that he's still thinking about marrying Siobahn. He pretty much asked for my blessing.
Did you give it?
I just want him to be happy. And now I have to find a way to convince myself I'm okay with it.
He'll never let you go. Not until you let him go. Anything new he tries, any new woman he meets, nothing will get past the starting block.
You think I'm bad for him?
The way I've lived my life, so recklessly, hurting so many people, and none more than you, I'd be a stupid hypocrite to judge your choices. But after all the damage that's been done, I think you both need a fresh start. Maybe you should let him go.
I'm trying.
Good luck, Elizabeth.
Luke, what can I get you?
Scotch. and leave the bottle.
All right, you're the customer.
Will you join me? Or would that put you in hot water with my son for contributing to the delinquency of the senior?
Well, you don't usually drink with the customers. We'll make an exception for you.
I like your style, lassie. Let me ask you a question. If you could pick anywhere in the world, what's your favorite place?
That's a tough one.
Well, you can't pick home sweet home.
Hadn't even crossed my mind.
So then what would please your wild Irish heart? If you could be transported anywhere, Bali, Nepal, Shanghai, Madrid.
I suppose I'd want to go somewhere I'd never been before.
And why's that?
Thrill of adventure. Taking a chance, discovering something new. I mean, you never know what's out there waiting until you go out and find it.
I'll drink to that.
Carcassonne.
Fortified medieval town in southwest France.
Nice.
Stranya.
Bulgaria. I was quite taken by the barefooted fire dancers.
Impressive. You've done your share of walkabout, as Ethan would say.
Yeah, I do get restless.
Woman after me own heart. Favorite city?
Oh, I would have to say Istanbul. Take it you've been.
Oh, yeah, many times. Istanbul's an old stomping ground of mine. When Lucky was 6 or 7, I took him there. He'd already shown a facility for the con. So I decided it was time to continue and deepen his education.
Like any good dad.
Yes, despite all my best efforts, my son has turned out to be a very honest and honorable man. Go figure.
So how'd it work out in Istanbul?
Well, Lucky and I decided on a meeting place in the park in case we got separated. And then I met with my associates. Took him along with me. They drove us clear across town to this jewelry fence in a crowded bazaar. There were so many people around there and pushing and shoving, and somehow I lost track of him.
Oh, you must have been awfully worried.
Oh, not much bothers me, but I was as scared as I've ever been. So I went to the park where we had agreed to meet, and I waited. I remember it started to rain, pouring down like a monsoon. I just stood there waiting and waiting.
What happened?
Well, eventually I heard this screeching of brakes and all this swearing in Turkish, and I looked over and there was my little boy, as wet as a drowned rat, scurrying between the traffic. And when he saw me, he burst into a big grin and ran into my arms, and I held onto him so tight he finally said, Dad, I can't breathe. Yeah, it took him 7 hours. But he made it all the way across Istanbul all on his own. I mean, that boy found his way.
My dad won't accept an intervention.
How did a bonny lass like you decide to start trotting the globe?
I've just seen too many people crippled with regret. My dad being one of them. His life was one long list of what he should have done, and I decided that wasn't for me. So I took my chances, set out on the open road.
And would you say that was a good decision?
Yeah. No regrets. An occasional twinge of loneliness. Sometimes I wish I had the sense of place and connection that others have.
Take it from me, Siobahn, that's all highly overrated. If you settle down in a house with a white picket fence, gonna find out you're living a lie.
It's a bit cynical, wouldn't you say?
A cynic is just a romantic who has seen the world, my dear. Excuse me.
Siobahn?
Hey, Lucky. Luke's here at Jake's. Drinking scotch and talking about traveling the world.
Not much of a drinker, are you, lass?
Fill her up.
That's more like it.
Hey, well, look who's here.
Hey, Dodge, pull up his tall chair.
Hey, you, mind if we share a little bit here?
No, please, look. Whenever I'm around, drinks are on me, pal.
It's very generous, Luke. I'll take you up on it.
You're welcome.
Here you go.
Yep.
Alrighty, I'm surprised you're not at the Haunted Star.
Well, I can't stay anywhere too long, you know. I tend to take root.
Yeah, it's good to have a home base, so.
Yeah. I'm glad you feel that way. Pass it over. And I have to say, I'm very grateful to Holly for dropping the breadcrumbs that led you to me. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, son.
Well, we're just getting started. I've still got a lot to learn from you, you know.
Oh, you're doing fine without me. I like to think I may have smoothed off some of your rough edges, but you will always be a tribute to the dark side of the Spencer clan.
Well, there's too many more future scams, you know.
Well, I'm afraid you're gonna have to do those on your own. Don't tell your siblings, but I'm gonna take a...
Good?
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Well,
I haven't read the manual, but, is this how an intervention's supposed to start?
Spencer intervention.